Alright, Valtteri, welcome back to Singapore, and let's talk about your 2014 campaign because it looks truly exciting. You've had 4 podium finishes. What target do you set for yourself at the start of the season with the Williams team?
I mean, it's been a really good season so far, and I have to say that the target we set ourselves in the beginning of the season, we've actually exceeded it. So we really aim to be much better than last year, as last year was really difficult season for us as a team, but now we've made some big improvements and we've got some quite big results, so it's all going into the right direction.
So taking into account your current results, what's your new target for the rest of the season?
I think we need to, as a team, we need to keep scoring really good points consistently and keep getting on the podium, so that's the goal for the rest of the season. And if we can secure the 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship, so we are now just in front of Ferrari, and we really need to try and keep the lead against them. So that's our target for the rest of the season.
Okay, and are you truly happy with the FW36 this season, or do you suppose with 6 more races to go you can achieve even better results with the car?
Well, you never can be too happy. There's always things you can improve, and the team Mercedes is a really good example. They are still dominating all the races, and so we have work to do. And we have some updates coming to the car, mainly like aerodynamic parts. Some for here in Singapore, and some in Suzuka later on. So we still aim to be in a stronger position in the end of the year than we were in the beginning. So. But then the next challenge is designing the new car and aiming another further improvements for next year.
This is your first season together with Felipe Massa, and he's just been awarded another year extension with Williams. So looking at some of the teams and drivers, how important is teamwork for you in your professional career?
In Formula 1, teamwork is everything. It's you can't be just individual. You can't be only the driver and then separately the team. It's completely teamwork, and all the improvements to make them, it needs a lot of cooperation from everyone in the team. The driver, engineers, mechanics, the whole race team. With all the people at the factory back in England, so that it is a real team effort. Williams have more than 500 people, and every single person is very important.
And what about Massa? Being such an experienced driver, has his experience helped you at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really good to have Felipe as a teammate. He's got a lot of experience from a big team like Ferrari, so that's good for us. And he's a nice guy, and the work together with us has been really good.
And of course, you're only 25 this year, and Finland has produced some great F1 champions. For example, Mika Häkkinen and Kimi Räikkönen, who's racing in Ferrari at the moment. So how long do you foresee yourself taking to become world champion?
Well, I hope rather sooner than later. I mean, that's the goal, and that's always been my target anyway, and that's what I'm really pushing for, and we are pushing for as a team. So that's why I'm really happy to stay with this team for next year, because our target is there. But I'm still I feel like I have still plenty of time in Formula 1. If it's not next year, it can be year after. We are working for that together as a team.
Speaking of champions, are you surprised to see the defending champion Sebastian Vettel, 4-time defending champion, this year struggling with the car? He has not won a single race in 2014.
I have to say that, a little bit. It's quite surprising, and I knew that Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate, is a really good driver, but I think he's surprised a lot of people, and possibly the new cars just somehow. Sebastian hasn't really got a handle of it, so but I'm sure as a many-time world champion he will find a way, and I'm sure he's already shown in the last couple of races he's capable for good results, and so for sure he will be back.
And let's talk a bit about the recent rule changes. Teams are now unable to advise drivers during races, so warnings about issues like fuel consumption or brake wear during the race is out. So what are your thoughts on those rule changes?
I think it's quite a big change in the middle of the season. It's from all the teams. No one prepared for this. But in the end, now it's going to be the same for everyone. It is going to be a big challenge. I think it's going to be more down to the driver. Like good examples are the engine modes, how much energy you're going to use from the electric battery, and you're not getting that much info from the team. So it's a lot about the driver to really keep up together with the car. You don't know exactly how much more you have power left or how much you have fuel. And example before the race start, all the settings with the clutch for the start, all these things. Now it's going to be just down to the driver, and so yeah, it's surprising, but it's going to be a nice challenge.
But do you think it's fair for them to have implemented this rule change in the middle of the season?
Yeah, for me to judge if it's fair or not, I'm not really in a position really to say that. For me, I can only say it's quite surprising, and I'm sure everyone is a bit surprised. But the good thing in the end, it's the same for everyone.
Just before you go, let's talk a bit about the Singapore night race and the Marina Bay circuit. This is your second night race, I believe. What are your thoughts of the circuit and your expectations this weekend?
It's one of the most challenging circuits for sure in the calendar, and because it's a night race and because of the layout of the track, there's a lot of corners, a lot of narrow places, and in most of the corners the walls are really close, so you can't really afford any mistakes. And it's a long race. It's a 2-hour race, very hot and humid, and very physical and very demanding for the cars also, with all the temperature, with the brakes and engine. It's going to be critical. So it's a great challenge, but I really, really enjoy it. Last year when I drove my first race here, I really enjoyed it, and really looking forward to this one.
Without revealing too much, is there a particular strategy you're planning to employ in this race?
I mean, we always have some kind of plan when we come to a race about what we can achieve and how we can achieve it. But, I'm not going to tell you too many details. All I can tell that we are going to do everything we can to, again, get really good points with both cars.